right, we're gonna go ahead and finish up this vase. Now, I've already, off camera, applied a stain to the whole piece, all of the carving bits of it. Now, that stain, the recipe, will be in the description below. And what that does for me, it really does access all those nooks and those crannies inside of that carving, and it puts that darkness in there like a shadow. It creates depth. And I could do that with simple underglazes, but it would take me a long time. So when I put that stain in there, it's like automatic. So I can just put the mediums and the lights over top of that, and it's already going to be rich and dark and looks like it was in a barn for 50 years. And for this piece, that's exactly what I want. Alright, you can see here, I'm starting with the light colors, and I've said that in other videos before. Start with the lighter colors, start with the chartreuse, move to a medium green, then add your teals, and maybe a little blue in there, a dark royal blue, just to give it a pop. So remember, build your colors up. I think it'll put you in control. It'll slow down the process and make sure you get exactly what you want. Okay, I've already talked about starting with light colors and building. The second part of that is very important, is to do it in washes. I'm not saying that underglazes aren't amazing at full strength, because they are in a lot of other pieces. But in this, I wanted it to be a little more soft, to look a little older. I wanted to show a way of farm life back in the day. So to do that, for me, I thought I'm going to do light washes over top of that stain, and that will allow me to have a little more drama. So a tree isn't going to be just green, and it's not going to be just 3 greens. It's going to be washes of that yellow green, and then washes of the medium green. It will allow you to have a little more depth and a little more interest, I'm hoping. So try it. Okay, you can really see on these trees all the way in the foreground, I'm taking advantage of that stain. I'm really letting that stain be the color. Now that stain is a very rich brown, and I didn't wipe a lot off, and I'm putting a white over top of it for those trees. So what that's going to do, in some parts it's going to be a light brown, and others it's going to be dark. And it's a wash of white and not a very thick application of white. So I'm hoping, and we'll see, that it's going to be really nice on those trees and they won't just be so one-dimensional. All right, you notice how I'm using that royal blue all the way in the background, all the way in those trees, shadows under the trees. Now blue usually makes things recede, so it's perfect to use in the background. Whereas red and yellow, those things come right up at you. So I'm using that blue all the way in the background to not only make a shadow, which I could use just a dark color like black, and that does work very nice, and I've added it. But I'm going to use blue because not only is it dark and it recedes, but it's more interesting than just a black or a dark brown back there. Here's the reveal, and I couldn't be any more pleased with it. Everything came out beautifully. Off camera, I went ahead, after I was done with all of my underglazes, I did the very top section in Lido and the inside. So it's a soft white, almost a pearly white. And with this clay, it came out with all the little sprinkles, which are just incredible and perfectly matched the theme I went with, old. Now you can see that these colors are nice and soft, and yet they're complex. I hope you agree, and I hope you really like me demonstrating this. Now, it's your turn. Come on, you can do it too.